Guys, today welcome to the entrepreneurs community, and today we want to talk about personal development. I got a request from certain entrepreneurs about this topic, so I think today we can talk about it so that you can know why is personal development important and is it necessary for an entrepreneur to study personal development. So by definition, what is personal development? I think the simplest definition is just to say it's just a step that you take to upgrade your life, be it career, situation, whatever the case may be. So basically, for things to change in your life, you have to take certain steps to change towards the career that you want. For example, if you choose to be an accountant, there are things that you need to do for you to move from the stage that you are towards being an accountant. So these things usually manifest to whatever you want to be. So personal development is basically the steps that you take as an entrepreneur, the things that you do that manifest into your business. So why is personal development, is it important for entrepreneurs? As for me, I think personal development is important for entrepreneurs because a business is more practical than theoretical. So as an entrepreneur, you need personal development to a greater extent. So the problem that many entrepreneurs have is when you hear an inspiration about a business or a testimony, or be it from motivational speakers or whatever the case may be, we think that is going to be an easy road to be in business. We think that if you come up with an idea, a business plan, then you kickstart going, everything is going well. But that is not the case now, because entrepreneurship is like a roller coaster. And in a roller coaster, it's either you enjoy the ride or you scream and complain. So basically, the road of an entrepreneur's journey is very tough and stiff, and you need personal development for you to be able to rise up to the challenges and move to the next stage. So it takes a lot of gut, guys, and it takes a lot of emotion to succeed in the business world. So personal development is very, very important for entrepreneurs, and you need to be able to navigate your way towards the things that benefit you for the business, because there are simple characteristics that you face and challenges that you face in your first year as an entrepreneur. Things like debt, right? Things like creditors calling you every day to check with you whether you have paid them or not. You won't be making sales. That's another issue as well. It's stressful for you to run a business and you're not making sales. You have a lot of expenses. You have too much money at the end of the money. And basically, by all these things, what you have to understand is the best day for an entrepreneur is the day that he starts his business. But the worst day for an entrepreneur is the next day. Because one, you don't have an office, you don't have the sales, you don't have the product. You need to start from scratch to be in business. So personal development is very, very important. So as an entrepreneur, you need personal development, and you need to educate yourself towards personal development for it to benefit your business. So there are three keys that you need to understand and study towards personal development. The key number one is you have to learn to measure. Don't measure in minor things. Right? By saying don't measure in minor things, what I'm saying is learn to prioritize things that benefit your business. So if you learn to prioritize things that benefit your business, it manifests positively to your business. Some people are in business, but they are busy prioritizing the little things that have negative impact towards their business. So you need to have a certain priority of how many sales that you need to make and how many sales do you need to make per day. Those simple priorities. Because what we all know is that the most common skill that you need to understand as an entrepreneur is to sell. So if you're not selling, you're not in business. Right. You also need to learn not to confuse movement with progress. Because sometimes there's a difference between, I'll give you an example. There's a difference between someone running on a treadmill and someone running on the road. If you run 20 kilometers on the treadmill, yes, you've run 20 kilometers, but if you run 20 kilometers on the road, you are not at the same place that you were. So there's the difference. For you to learn productivity as an entrepreneur, sometimes you can find yourself coming to work every day and then it becomes a routine, but you're not making sales and you're not making any progress. So don't confuse movement with progress. Just because you're doing a lot more doesn't mean you're getting a lot more done. So the key number 2 that you need to learn is to be ruthless and have what they call controlled compassion. So being ruthless is being able to guard your area, because you have to understand that whatever good that you are going to do is going to be attacked somehow. So people can embrace the fact that you've started a business and they can come to you asking for your help. But sometimes guys, a business is not a charitable organization. Sometimes people want you to help them and you want to help people because we are human beings and we are social animals. But sometimes it's not necessary to jump into helping people when they are still starting your business, because you don't understand that you'll be eating into your capital. So you have to be compassionate, and you need controlled compassion to understand that this is not the right time to help someone. You have to help yourself first in order to help someone. For example, if you are in a plane and there is an emergency in a plane, when the pilot tells you to pull on your oxygen mask, the first thing that you need to do is to put on the oxygen mask and then help the person next to you. If you help the person next to you without you putting on the oxygen mask first, both of you are going to die. So basically, you have controlled compassion when you're in business. You are not in business for the sake of charity. The best thing, the business of business, is staying in business. And if you stay in business, you always be on track. So the number 3 is the associations that you need to link with. You have to understand what associations are necessary for your business and what associations are not necessary for your business. Because the thing is, we are social animals as human beings, and we have a certain group of people that we adhere to each and every time. But you have to understand that which group benefits my business and which group doesn't benefit my business. And you have to understand how to connect the two. Right? So Jim Rohn says that you are an average of the 5 people you associate with. So as a businessman or as an entrepreneur, how many entrepreneurs are your friends, and how many entrepreneurs who are better than you that you can ask to? And how many other entrepreneurs are around you that are giving you the better advice for the benefit of your business, right? So I will conclude by giving you what I call the equation of association. So in mathematics, there's a number that is called the coefficient. A coefficient is a number which, if you multiply with any number, it gives you a result, right? So when it comes to association, there is a negative association that you need to understand. If you have a negative association, if you multiply any number with a negative sign, we understand that it gives us a negative result. There are some people who are negative and skeptical about business that you need to understand that they don't have to give you advice for your business, and they don't have to give you any ideas about the business. These people can discourage you to start a business, or they can discourage you to make a business decision. But the funny thing is, when you start doing your business, they can come again to give you advice about how you are running a business. So you need to understand that you don't have to associate with this type of association. And then there's a zero coefficient. We all know that if you multiply any number with a 0, it becomes a 0. And if you associate yourself with a zero coefficient, basically you're going to reduce your value, right? There are certain people that in business you don't have to associate with because they are going to reduce your value. You don't have to. It's not like you are being proud of yourself, but you are guarding your area as well, and you're being compassionate about the person you are becoming. Because what we are talking about is what you call personal development. So there are certain associations that, as an entrepreneur and a businessman, you don't have to associate with to a greater extent. So we also have a 1 coefficient. If you multiply any number by 1, it remains the same. This association is the group of people that you understand if you associate with, they don't increase your value and neither do they decrease it. You just remain the person you are. You also need to understand why you should associate with these people and why you should not as a business person. And then there's a positive association, that is a plus 2 and above. If you multiply any number by 2, you get an increasing number, or if you multiply any number by 3, it increases as well. This is an association that you need, that elevates you from where you are. You need an association that if you ask them a business decision, they'll give you a better insight about what you want to do, and then they elevate you. So as an entrepreneur, you need to understand which associations you need to hang around with, and which people do you need to involve in making a business decision. I'll give you an example. We all have friends, right? If you ask your friend about a business decision that you need to make, one thing that you have to understand that a friend is a social association, and whoever is in your social life is in it because of an emotional drive that they have. So whatever decision that they are going to give you is basically an emotional decision. So if for example, if you ask them an advice of a dispute that they are having with a client, they are basically going to give you a negative advice, because what they want is you to win emotionally. But if you win over the client emotionally, your business is going to lose the client. So these friends don't understand the concept that is called that a business is a separate legal entity from its owner. There are things that if we use emotions to make judgments in our business, we are going to give a negative impact on our business. So in conclusion, number 1 is don't measure in minor things. Number 2 is be compassionate and be ruthless. Number 3 is associations. I hope you can also, I would advise you also to look for books for personal development. One of them, you can look for Jim Rohn. He wrote about personal development, and read it through. I think you understand the whole concept of personal development and why it is important as an entrepreneur. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel. Thank you.